back, everyone. My next guest is a newbie with me. I have with me Chanda Wiedrick, and she is the owner and nurse injector of Glow on the Go Aesthetics. I almost said athletics, but I got the sports in my head. We're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us, or share the show later on. You have a unique kind of a way that you run your business. First, welcome to the show. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thanks for having me, Carol. I started Glow on the Go Aesthetics about 4.5 years ago after being an ICU nurse and being in the medical device industry. I wanted to fire my boss and start my own business. So that's what I did, and I did all the classes and got certified as a nurse injector. So just for the people out there that are new to this, just always make sure you're getting your treatments from a very certified person, at least an RN or above. And I wanted to start a little bit different, niche in the industry. So I wanted to start a mobile Botox type business, because a lot of people work at home now or in their office. So they can take a 20-minute break and they can hop right back on their computer.
That's
they
awesome.
don't have to drive through traffic, and they don't have to sit in a lobby, or if I'm running behind and things like that. So they can just sit on their bar stool. I inject them and then they go. I also have an office in Old Town, though, because some people do want to get out of the house. So if you want to venture out to Old Town Scottsdale, I'm there as well.
Now, I want to talk about Valentine's Day, because
Yes.
it is right around the corner. We're going to open up the lines of the audience for everyone to get entered in to win. She's doing a giveaway. It is one free facial, which includes 2 masks with microdermabrasion and dermaplaning. This is a $150 value, free to you or anyone that you know. It also includes like a consultation, which you have to do that with everyone. And I'm going to open up the lines of the audience right now for everyone to call in. Valentine's Day is around the corner for either yourself, for a friend or a loved one, or anyone that you might want to do something special for. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I do want to say that you want to go up onto her website, which is glowonthego.glossgenius.com. She says she's located in Old Town Scottsdale, but she is mobile. She's valley-wide. She comes to you. You can either call or text her at 480-258-8090, or call in here, get entered in to win. This is something special. 602-277-5369. Okay, so obviously you've made it very different by being mobile, which is awesome that you do that. I want to talk about Botox. I want to talk about, how it really works and how safe is it really?
So Botox has been around a long time, over 20 years, and so Botox, what it does is it's actually a medication. It's a prescription medication. It is injected into the muscle, and a lot of muscles are the things that cause fine lines, wrinkles, the lines here on your forehead, between your eyes, the 11s, or sometimes they call WTF lines, and then, the forehead lines or the crow's feet around your eyes. So the muscles actually cause those. So when you put the Botox in there, it relaxes that muscle. So you're still gonna be able to move your eyes, move your forehead. You're still supposed to have, you're still gonna have expression, but you're going to be more relaxed, more refreshed, and it just gives you an overall look. You're not gonna be frozen. You're gonna be able to move.
That's in the old days.
Yes.
It's been around for a long time, and
Yes.
it's way better than it ever has been.
Yeah.
And filler, okay, is going to be different.
Yes.
Right. I want you to talk about what the differences are.
Sure. So where Botox is the medication that goes into the muscle, filler is it's like a hyaluronic acid filler that goes into the face, and it actually fills and contours and restores facial volume. As we age, we lose muscle, we lose collagen, we lose fat in our face, we lose even bone structure. And so what filler does, it can go into the cheeks, it can go into the smile lines around your mouth, it can go into your jawline, your chin, it can go into your lips, and it restores facial volume. A lot of people are on these GLP-1s now, they're losing weight in their body, but they're also losing weight in their face.
The worst thing that happens, especially when you're older.
You know, now you lose weight in your body and now you look older. So come on in and we can restore that facial volume naturally.
You can either go in, she is located in Old Town Scottsdale, but she's also mobile. So she can come to you, and she is valley-wide. She does free consultations with people. You can call her direct or text her at 480-258-8090. But we've got our lines open here too. You can call in here throughout the rest of the show. Valentine's Day is around the corner, or just doing something special for yourself or someone that you know. And by the way, I did want to mention, this is for both men and women.
Absolutely.
Because we know you men, you like it too. So it's what you're getting is one free facial that includes 2 masks with microdermabrasion, and also dermaplaning, and also this is a $150 value free to you or anyone that you know. And I'm going to leave the lines open here for the rest of the show, 602-277-5369. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. Well, we just talked about what the difference between the Botox and filler. But a lot of people are really nervous about injections, right? And about the safetiness of them. Mm-hmm. You really got to talk about that. And again, one thing that she has said right off the bat, you got to go to somebody that you know is either an RN or higher, correct?
Yes.
You've got to check out who you're going to.
Yes.
And what they're putting in you. I got to say that too.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I would always start out with, if you're worried about safety, or you're afraid of injections, or you're afraid of how you look, always come in for a free consultation. We can talk about what you like about your face, what you don't like about your face, because what I see in you may not be what you see. So I want to know what your concerns are and how we can do that. So being a registered nurse, one of my top priorities is patient safety. Also, I only use FDA-approved products ordered directly from the company. There are a lot of companies out there, med spas right now, that order from third-party distributors, like from overseas. Those are not FDA-approved products. So you feel free to ask your injector what they're doing. You can look at the bottle, you can look at the box, you can see the package insert. So make sure you're doing that, whether it's me or with anybody else. And also strict medical protocols that we follow according to manufacturer's recommendations. Mm-hmm. So I would just make sure that you do all that. And then what we can do is we can look at your face and we can come up with a game plan as to, what our end goal is and how we can get there. Sometimes it can be more than one treatment. It could be 2 to 3 treatments or more. And I also wanted to add that you want to take care of your skin in between too. Botox and filler is not the only saving grace here. You got to wash your face and moisturize your face and use some serums. Maybe get a facial once in a while.
Well, I think that's why it is. And the thing, she's of course looking at me this whole time, and I always feel, oh my God, what do I look like today? But anyway, what I think is important is for people to feel good about themselves. I think this is number one.
Yes.
This is individual for any person that does this. Some people do want more, some people don't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But here's the thing. One thing that we know that people love is getting facial. You cannot love getting that, right? Mm-hmm. And so we do have our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. This is a free facial that includes 2 masks with the microdermabrasion that also has the dermaplaning. And I think one thing I'd like you to do is talk a little bit about what the differences of those are.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure. So we start out just cleansing your face. We're going to use a mask that exfoliates, and then we're also, the microdermabrasion is actually a diamond tip. It's a machine and it's a diamond tip. It almost has like a little vacuum on it. So what that is going to do, it's going to exfoliate your face. So facials are really for exfoliation, to get off those dead skin cells and so on. So we're gonna use the microdermabrasion to exfoliate your face. It has like a little vacuum on it, so it, vacuums up those dead
Doesn't
skin
get all
cells.
over your face.
Yes. And then we also have the dermaplaning, which gets off like the hair and dead skin cells as well. And so anything you put on your face is actually going to work now. Any of these expensive moisturizers are actually gonna sink into your skin instead of sit on top.
We're gonna go to a break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk further. You can call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and any day is a Valentine's Day when you want to get a facial. So call in here, get entered in to win, 602-277-5369. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're gonna keep on talking because we are live in the room, okay? So, number one, okay, I wanna also get out your website again one more time. And are you liking what I'm doing?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So, I think we're here, and we talked a little bit about that too.
About safety, microneedling, we still need to talk about microneedling.
Yeah, I think that we should do that.
And trends in aesthetics.
Okay, we'll get there. What, for you, when you work with clients, do you help them, because I don't know if it means anything or not, there are some people that go overboard.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
we know that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you help them in kind of guiding them to what really is normal and not? You know what I mean?
I can talk to them, I talk to them about that's what the consultation's for. If people go to other injectors, there is a chance that they might get like 5 syringes of filler in one day. I would never do that. The most I would do is 2 to 3 because I really want the product to go into the face and integrate into their own tissue, and that takes a while. That isn't something that's just gonna be immediate. How you leave here today is not how it's gonna look in 2 weeks or a month or 3 months. So we want to let it integrate, and then we can see what your needs are after that. So with me, I use a slower approach instead of just injecting, because if you just inject 5 syringes, I feel like people, that's where they get that bloated look and the overfilling.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
important to talk about too at some point. But I think, because a lot of people out there right now they start to do it, they see that they like what it looks like,
Yeah.
and then they kind of start going overboard.
Yes.
And if they're gonna go to somebody, they'll literally find somebody who will do that for them.
And that's like plastic surgery too. There's some things that doctors will do and some won't.
Right, all right, I'm
So
sure.
I'm pretty
But now
honest with
that
people,
everything-
but they appreciate that honesty.
I'm sure, I think that's really important too. And, a lot of people today buy online,
Yeah.
and they do it themselves. That's another thing that I'm hearing. That a lot of people are going and having it delivered to their door.
Yeah.
I can't
That can be
imagine that.
dangerous.
I would think
It's
so.
definitely dangerous, so.
Especially if you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's why, nurse injectors get certified,
Mhm.
and even physicians can get certified, and
Mhm.
nurse practitioners and stuff. Because you really want somebody, just because I was an ICU nurse doesn't mean I know how to inject facials. That's why I took like at least 15 courses on facial anatomy and Botox and
That's
filler and,
That's good. So welcome back, everyone. I've been talking about facials and about Botox and the safetiness of it. And sometimes I was asking Chandra, a little bit about how, some people go overboard, right? And I think it's really important for people to listen up out there. First of all, you've got to make sure, I know that people like to probably go to find somebody that will do those 5 injections in one shot. What do you think about that?
I think that a slower progress is always better. So if you come in and you really would need 5 syringes, which I don't really have, most of my clients don't need 5 syringes. And I would say start out with, 2. If you go into a place and they're trying to sell you 5 syringes, I would run. Let's do it in a slower progress. You could do 5 syringes over 6 months or a year, but let's start out with 2 syringes and see how it integrates into your own tissue, and then you come back in a month or 2 months or 6 months, and we can see what else you need.
And make sure that you go to somebody certified such as
Yes.
herself. You
Yes.
are an RN.
Yes, I'm an RN.
And make sure that you go to somebody who's an RN or higher.
Yes.
And
And make sure they're certified, because in the state of Arizona, you can be an RN, but you don't have to be certified in Botox or fillers. So I'm certified.
do your homework.
Yes,
It's
yes.
about- but here's the thing, what I love about the show is that you get to hear of people like her, and she does free consultations. The great thing that she's done is she's made herself mobile. So not only does she have a place that is in Old Town Scottsdale, she can come to you, and
Yes.
she's made it so much easier. And I do wanna say, there are some people that do it by themselves or try and do it their own, have it delivered. Don't do that. That is a silly thing to do, and when she can come to you, and it's so much easier, and you're working with somebody who, I like the slower approach, I like that you like that with people, so that you're not just, shooting people in the face. That's awesome that you're like that, because a lot of people out there will do whatever they can, and sometimes you get sold into something. And
Yes.
that's not always the right thing to do. So, she's mobile, she can come to you, she is valley-wide, she does free consultations. Her phone number to call or text is 480-258-8090. Her website is glowonthego.glossgenius.com. We've got our lines open here. Valentine's Day is around the corner, but like I said, it's every day. And if you want to do it for yourself or for someone that you love or you could do it for any time. It is a one facial that is including 2 masks with microdermabrasion and the dermaplaning as well. This is a $150 value, free to you or anyone you know. It also includes a consultation as well. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, well, we wanted to talk a little bit about what microneedling is and why everybody wants that now too.
So microneedling is a device that actually puts small microchannels into your face. So it can help with fine lines, it can help with scarring, it can help with overall skin texture and tone, even some pigmentation issues. So it goes, the microneedling creates microchannels, so I can, put serums and things like that in your face. But what happens over time is it actually stimulates collagen and elastin, because you're causing a little inflammation in the skin, which in turn will create more collagen and elastin. So people that are concerned about maybe some old scarring, or maybe some fine lines and wrinkles around their mouth or their lips or their crow's feet, microneedling is a great option. And like I said before, we want to do things in between our Botox and filler treatments.
You gotta take care of yourself.
Botox and filler is not the answer. Like you have to wash your face and use moisturizer once in a while. We live
Not
in
once in a while,
Arizona.
every day, especially here in Arizona.
Yes, in Arizona, but the microneedling will be that pumped up treatment. And also I can use PRP, which used to be called the vampire facial. So I can do PRP, or I can use exosomes, and we can use those during treatment and post-treatment.
Well, there's always people out there that want to look and feel better,
Yes.
right? But you want to do it where it looks more natural, I think, too.
Mhm.
And also knowing that, first of all, she's certified, she is an RN. This is the type of person that you want to go to. And the fact that she comes to you, right there's a winner, because a lot of people are very busy, and maybe you do have a place, that's fine, but having her come to you, having her get to know you, I bet you also it's much more intimate.
Yeah.
Because you can talk to them and really get to know them
Yeah.
a little bit, spend a little extra time. But also having somebody do that, to be able to come to your home or office, I'm assuming.
Yep.
You can get that done, and by the next day? You say,
Yeah,
how long does it take to see some
so
differences?
Botox will take about 5 to 7 days before you feel an effect. And by the way, I just wanted to add that I'm using Botox loosely, but there are 6 products on the market like Botox. So there is Xeomin, Daxxify, Jeuveau, Dysport, So there's other products. So it's not just Botox. I'm just using that term loosely, but I carry 4 of the 6 products. So when you come in, maybe Botox isn't the best option for you, but maybe another product is.
Okay.
Or maybe Botox doesn't work for you anymore, so we can do that. So I just
Okay.
wanted to clarify that. And what was the question?
We'll go on to the next one. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's a free facial that includes 2 masks with microdermabrasion.
Yeah.
My mouth isn't working today. And dermaplaning. And this also includes a consultation as well. It's a $150 value, free to you or anyone that you know. I'm going to repeat this. I said it earlier. Men, you too, you can also get in on this as well. As she does free consultation, she comes to you. This is what makes her different. And call in here at 602-277-5369. Check her out on her website. It's glowonthego.glossgenius.com. Okay, let's go back here. We were talking about microneedling. That's what we were talking about. But what are the trends that are happening? What are some of the new things that people are getting into now?
Well, the trends are going back to natural, more natural looking.
Yay!
Yes. So we went through a trend, and everybody was getting, big cherry cheeks and the big lips, and their face didn't have any wrinkles at all. And now people want a more natural look. So some people are just letting it dissolve naturally and going back to their natural facial aesthetics. But if you have been overfilled, if your lips are too big or your cheeks are too big, you can come in and I can dissolve those, and then we can start fresh and we can do it more naturally. So I
gotta ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody got overfilled.
Yes.
And their cheeks were huge or their lips were huge.
Yes.
When you dissolve them, do they come back to what they were? Or because, when you think about stretching,
Yeah.
what could happen, what
It usually goes back. It usually goes back, and then and sometimes there's still some filler in there. If they let it dissolve naturally, the filler will dissolve, over time. Usually filler is about once a year, and for that particular area. But like say somebody gets their lips dissolved, what'll happen is then we can start over with the lips. Maybe they didn't like the shape, or maybe it leaked outside the borders of the lips. So we can always dissolve it, give it time, and then we can start over.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know that, right?
Yeah.
They think it's permanent.
Yeah, sometimes people were getting so much filler that they were changing their entire facial structure. It didn't even look like them anymore. I personally, I will not do that. I'm not the person that will do 5 syringes in one appointment. I really, because you're walking around with your name on, my name on your face.
Right.
So I want you to look amazing. Then when people say, "Where'd you get that done?" I want you to say me. You know, so.
And what I think is what's nice about it is you've made it so that it's pretty convenient for people. And whichever way you want to go, it really doesn't matter. But now that the natural look is in, I think that's really nice to see people being back to themselves.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. It doesn't sound like it's hard in any way.
Yeah.
And so either way you want to go, right now we do have our lines open here still for everyone to get entered into win. It's a free facial, which includes 2 masks with microdermabrasion and the dermaplaning. It is a $150 value, free to you or anyone you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Check her out on her website. It is glowonthego.glossgenius. Call in here. We're going to let everyone come. Keep on calling at 602-277-5369.